Hey, Howard here at 82 Maple, and I've just been introduced to an amazing little dehumidifier made by these nice folks. I'll throw some links in down below. Yeah, our property reno. It's one of those things that it's been 95% done for, I don't know, a year and a half now, but there's always that little last bit. Well, I just got around to working on a crawl space here, and it turns out we have a bit of a humidity problem once I got it all sealed up. Stay tuned. Okay, so here's the tail of the tape with the crawl space that is about 16 feet by 16 feet, dirt floor. It contains the cold water inlet and the cold water inlet tank, and really not a lot of anything else. I went down, I was sensing we might have a humidity issue just from a little bit of work I did under there while we were finishing sealing it up. So I got some remote sensors and this little gem here. And I'm gonna throw a photo in so that you can see it better, but the bottom line is, and I wrote this on the back of this little monitor, it'll handle 3 different sensors, and so 3 different readings plus a main reading. So in the house here, what I've got is it's 21 degrees and 37% humidity. In the main crawl space area under the guest suite of this house, it's 11 degrees, it's freezing outside, so that's completely acceptable, and 53% humidity. In a crawl space that's under a deck, it's 11 degrees also and 66% humidity. And in the crawl space that I'm going to work on here that we just sealed up, it's 81% humidity. So just for my future reference as I pick this up, I put some information penciled on the back here. Under 45% humidity is dry, and it is dry right here at our main house. It happens this time of year. 45 to 65% is good. Over 65% is wet. So I went looking for information on how I move that humidity out of there. I found some information online and on YouTube, but not as much as I would have liked, which is kind of my purpose in doing a little layperson's video on this. So we're gonna take and install this little gem in the crawl space. It's very simple, it's very easy. I've got a plug-in cord here. I've got a, there's 2 ways that this will vent the water. It can either gravity vent it, say if I had it up on a stand or mounted to the ceiling of the crawl space and wanted to put a bucket down there, yeah, I can do it that way. It also has, and I was specifically looking for something like this after I did a little research, it has a hose that attaches right down here, and it has a built-in pump. It'll lift up to 19 vertical feet. Hey, that's not bad. So let's see what this does. So again, 16 by 16 by 4, I'm just doing some quick math, about 1,000 cubic feet. I'm going to pop it in down there. One little item, and it comes with a great little instruction manual. You gotta let this, just like moving a fridge, you gotta let it sit for a few hours before plugging it in. It was delivered, it's available on Amazon, it was delivered upside down on our front porch. So I let it sit overnight, the requisite 12 hours. I'm gonna install it in the crawl space, plug it in, let it go to work, and I'm going to do kind of a blow by blow every so many hours reading and see how long it takes to move us from 81% humidity, which is my current reading, down to a target. I'm going to shoot for 45, and that's another interesting little feature of this fine piece of equipment. I can actually, and I'll take a photo and inject it, but I can set my target humidity level, or I can also just set it to continuous run if I don't want to be bothered with a specific humidity level. Let's see how this works. Hey, For every problem, there is a solution. Some are more complex, some are less complex and troublesome. Let's see what category this falls into. Hey, yeah, I know most of my videos are shot outdoors. Today, I'm enjoying the great indoors, and we're just readying some Thanksgiving baskets over here, and not Thanksgiving baskets, end of October, Halloween baskets that don't have candy in them or something like that. I don't know. Coral's got all of that flying in formation. Okay, well, you can probably tell that I'm down in the crawl space now, and we're fast forwarding about 3 months. It's now the end of January, and this little unit has been sitting here running continuously, but as required, based on the setting. And I have it set for about 50% humidity. There's my little remote sensor that goes sitting over there, that goes to the little master control unit. And over there, hey, yeah, you're getting a glimpse of a foundation somebody put down 100 years ago under the log cabin part of our structure. And over here, we have a filter. I check on it about once a month just to make sure that it's not plugging up. Not that there's a lot of activity down here, but this little filter removes fairly quickly and easily. Reinstalls quickly and easily. Here's the discharge line that I was telling you about, and it does about a 3 or 4 foot lift right to a spot right up above me here. We'll take a look at that in a minute, but it takes about 12 feet of line to get there. So let's have a look at what's happening at the other end of the discharge. Okay, before we check out the discharge hose and how I've got that set up, let's take a look at this. So this is the little monitor, and I'm just trying to get my light right here. So we're running about 53% humidity from that spot that I came out of. I've got transmitter number 1 labeled there. Then I've got a couple of other transmitters in a couple of other crawl space areas. But that's totally acceptable. I'm really happy with that. Now let's take a look at the end of the discharge line. So this is a little sink that I rigged up for Coral and me to use. This is where all the really dirty, grimy stuff goes when we come into the mudroom from the great outdoors. And so what a perfect little place to run the discharge hose. So it comes up through the floor over here, down into here. What I've done from time to time is just throwing a measuring cup underneath it, and over a 12 to 15 hour period, nothing hugely scientific, but I'll get a cup to a cup and a quarter of water out of there. And that's a cup to a cup and a quarter of water over a 12-hour period that I would just as soon not have in either the soil down there in the dirt mudroom floor, but also in the underfloor material or the logs from that original log structure. Controlling that is really important to me. Again, it was over 70%. When I installed that little unit down there. So really, really pleased, and now being in place for 3 months, so far so good. Here's to you. Stay warm, stay dry. If this content is useful to you, throw in a like. That helps me a ton in determining what kind of content viewers of this channel like to see. Any questions or other comments, throw them down below. Talk soon. In the meanwhile, hey, stay warm, stay dry.